What's up, everybody? Welcome back to our channel. I'm Bill. This is Bev.
Hi guys.
Today, we're going to pick up from the previous video that we shot, episode 2, and we're going to continue with the process of selecting our house, or the model rather, and our lot. We're going to talk about an aspect of our lot uh, that we didn't think about when we selected it, that we actually found out in a little more detail. And that is shared driveway. And also some of the things we noticed in the community as we looked at other driveways as we went through this process of looking at the shared driveway and what it entailed. So the other thing we'll briefly touch on is the legal requirements and some of the basic challenges that we notice with other houses in the community when they select front load uh, garage versus a side load garage.
Funny.
So with shared driveways, one of the things we notice as we have gone throughout the community, we notice that we have 3 shared driveways in the community. The first shared driveway that you come to when you come in a community is for lots 17, 16, and 15. And then you go down, and actually, when you get to the end of the cul-de-sac basically splits. And on this side, you have a shared driveway for lot 4, 5, and 6. And then you have our shared driveway, which has 4 houses on it, which is 8, 9, 10, and 11. The one thing I'll say right here is right away, Beverly had a question for our rep. So, how wide is this driveway gonna be? And because the first thing you think about is that it looks like it's gonna be a regular street that leads down to the houses, but what we found out is he told us that it would be about 20 feet wide. Well, if you're driving down the highway, a lane in the highway is 12 feet wide. So what we found is that really the driveway was more on the lines of a lane and a half on a major highway, which is about 18 feet wide. And it also becomes a little challenging when you are trying to pass or go around. It puts the other vehicle, one of the vehicles are going on the grass. So that was one of the things we noticed. Were you ready to say something?
Go ahead.
That was one of the things we noticed. Also, one of the other things we noticed with this driveway is because it's off of the main road, off of the main cul-de-sac, that we might not have street lights. That's one thing we didn't think about either. So once we turn off and go down that driveway, if it's dark outside, I think the only lights that are going to light that driveway is the neighbor's home going back there.
Well, let me put things in a little perspective.
Mhm.
So, as Bill was explaining, in terms of how the community is divided, so when you turn off the main road that drives you into the community, and you make that left onto that street, that's considered just the shared driveway. And there, the 4 homes that are on that street actually have individual driveways off of that street, in towards their home. So it looks like a regular road, but because they're calling it a shared driveway, I guess that's why we're not going to have any lights on it,
Yeah.
because it's considered a driveway and not a street, which is crazy, but I think that's the way the community is set up.
Yeah, and the one thing about the site map too is that the site map shows the lots, and then when you get to that driveway, it actually looks like they're separate driveways for each lot. When you look at, and they come down and go to each lot. But when we went out on site, we realized that that line that comes off of that cul-de-sac and goes down, all of those 4 lines that go down are actually one larger driveway that goes down. But as the driveway goes down the hill, as you looked in the previous video, you can see I walked down the hill. The driveway goes down the hill. Each house is off of that driveway. And one house could have a long driveway that leads back to the house. Another house could have a short driveway. Depending on how the lots are set up, Some lots will have only be able to get a side load. Some will only possibly be able to get a front load, or the homeowner can choose, I want a front load or a side load, because we found out that a front load or a side load in some cases is an option, which actually, which we'll cover more in the options video that we're going to follow up with this, but for the sake of this, load actually costs more because the bricks that they have to put on the front of because the driveway comes around to the side, and then you turn and go in the garage. So the front facing part of the driveway or front facing part of the garage is brick. So that gives you an idea.
The thing that we learned about the driveway too is that I don't know if you had mentioned that the shared driveway is supposed to be 20 feet wide, but we've noticed in some of the neighbors, some of the other driveway, that because some of the homes are farther along in construction than ours, their driveway, that shared driveway, doesn't seem to be.
No, it doesn't, and it's not consistent.
Yeah,
it's not consistent. It may start out wide, and then as it goes down and turns and does it, it may get smaller, it may get wider. So it's not really consistent. And I don't know that they seem to not give a lot of care to it, I guess. I don't know if as they get closer to the finishing community, if they're going to come back and do finishing touches and stuff.
But we'll definitely ask about ours.
Yeah.
I'm going to definitely try to go there and talk to the construction manager about it, because I don't think we sign off anything that specifically said 20 feet, but it was a question that we did ask, and it's in my notes that they told us that driveway was going to be at least 20 feet, which would allow, hopefully to allow two cars to pass each other. But the way things look right now, it's really tight.
One car is going to be off the side. It's going to have to go into the grass to get it. And depending on who's driving, they may both go on the grass.
Right, the way it is. And then the other thing we've noticed is that even not the shared driveway, but the actual driveway that's leading up to the home seems very narrow. If it has a side load garage versus the front load garage, because with the side load garage, it's like a one lane. I don't know how you.
It's 11 feet. It's 11 feet wide, and it goes down to the side of the house, and then it makes a sharp turn so that you can turn in. And then what they do, they actually go a little bit past the edge of the garage, about maybe 3 feet, 2 to 3 feet, so that somebody could actually, I guess you could back up into that little 2 to 3 feet section, and then pull and go forward. But the challenge is, if you have more than 2 cars and you have to put another one in the driveway, your cars would be like stacked, because the driveway is so narrow that you will have to move one car to bring in another car.
Yeah, the thing though about this whole process is that these are things that you probably don't really know, for sure how it's going to really look, because I think when we visit the model, it seems like it was a side load garage, but the driveway was really wide, so you never think that there's a difference when you actually get your own home. And they're not even giving you, Caruso's not even giving you an option to select a wider driveway. We actually have a side load garage in our home, and we're looking at the other homes in the community that has this narrow driveway that is gonna, cause, some effort to kind of move car, like Bill said, in and out of the driveway, which is a concern for us. But we'll probably talk about maybe trying to do something to widen it. On our own, because Caruso, it's not an option for them.
And the other challenge is, if you get a front load garage, the driveway will start out kind of slim, and then about 30 feet from the house, it widens up to about 19 feet.
Yeah.
As it goes up to the house. So it's almost like if you get a front load garage, you get a better benefit in terms of having a wider space. And you could pull up a couple cars in the driveway, and they actually, basically on their way out, they would funnel out. because the driveway narrows down to like 11 feet, but it opens up 30 feet from the house to 19 feet. But that's not the case with the side load, because the side load is narrow all the way up to the house, and then it just provides a small pad for you to turn and go into the garage. So if you have 4 cars, if you have, like, let's say if the husband and wife have 2 cars each, it's a wrap. It's going to be challenging trying to navigate your vehicles in a driveway that size, you know.
So after we learned about this shared driveway, which is foreign to me because I know nothing about a shared driveway and the way that this looks, we went looking for what our responsibility for this driveway that we're sharing with 4 other homes or 3 other homes, and we found an amendment that Caruso, I guess, filed with the court. So this is a legal document that talks about the responsibility of the homeowners for this shared driveway. And what we found is that we're all equally responsible for the maintenance and upkeep of this shared driveway. Sounds lovely in itself, as long as you have, neighbors that are, lovely, and that we can all, do this in good order. So we're hoping that that's what we're gonna have.
Yeah. And some of the other things that we found with this, and let me just show you this thing. So it's a 7-page document. It's signed and everything. We found out too that nobody can deny the other person access, or an agent of the other person access to the driveway. Nobody can block or impede anybody's access to the driveway.
Because we're all equally owners.
Yeah, we're equally owners. The other thing we found out that it's very clear. It's very clear on when it comes to maintenance that every owner is responsible for his equal share. It is very clear, and the costs and expenses associated with it. And to the extent that they say you have to square up or you need to pay your money to which part that you're responsible for within 30 days. So it's
So I guess any maintenance or repair to the home is it going to be divided equally among the 4 of us, and then we'll each be responsible for that portion. And if for some reason a homeowner decides or refuses to pay, then I think we'll have to pay. They're saying that we can pay and then take that delinquent homeowner to court or something in order to get the money back. So there's some formal process that we have to go through in terms of maintaining that shared driveway. I don't think I like it. I don't know how you guys feel about the whole shared driveway concept. I don't think it's going to be bad because we've had an opportunity to meet a couple of the homeowners, and everybody seems to be mature and know what we're going into, and we're hoping that they've read all the stuff that we're reading now. And so I don't think we'll have a problem, but just the whole concept of it. So not that I'm anticipating any problem, but the whole concept of a shared driveway when it actually looks like a road, I think what it does, it creates that where they don't have to put any type of a street light on it. So I don't know if that's a good and bad thing for homeowners versus the builders, because I think maybe they got out of doing that if there's any cost associated with it. So we will be responsible the homeowners will be responsible to lighting up that area. And it's not, you guys can see from the video, our last video, that it's a long way down. So it's going to be interesting to see.
And they're actually saying here that when they look at ownership of the shared driveway, they look at it collectively as a single owner.
So all
when they look at all 4 of the residents that share that driveway, this collectively as one single person. So the only way something comes into question is if there's negligence,
or if something happened, based on each individual owner or their family member, or somebody that's visiting them. If they damage the driveway, then they're responsible to pay that cost. But I guess just from regular maintenance and upkeep, I think we're all shared the responsibility of it.
Yeah, and it's important. The big takeaway from this process for us uh, was that it's important to understand a couple things. One, that just because you don't have a homeowners association uh, doesn't mean that they're not legal documents that still have laws and rules for the community to abide by. In this case, we noticed as we read through this document that they started out with an association, and then basically they actually forfeited the charter. The association forfeited the charter and put the onus on the owners of the shared driveway. To maintain the driveway. So if you're buying a home and they tell you that there's no association, just like they told us in this case, it doesn't mean that they're not rules that apply. So you need to be aware of whatever rules apply, because it just will save you headache, money, and time in the long run. So, and also to make sure that your rights aren't, somebody don't violate your rights. So.
Or just understanding what your responsibilities, and in this case, financial responsibility too for the maintenance of this home. Because I think going into this process, we weren't thinking that now we have a road that we have to. I know they call it a shared driveway, but this road that we're responsible for upkeep.
Yeah.
And so
even to like snow removal. I mean, it could be snow removal. It could be anything.
Yeah.
It's everybody's responsibility for this driveway, and it doesn't matter which section of it. It could be at the top or it could be at the bottom. Everybody's responsible for it. So, just wanted to go over that with you guys and leave that with you. We're looking forward to talk to you about some options.
Yes, that's coming up in our next video, and that's going to be a doozy because it took us 4 months to settle on our options, and I still have to. Well, we'll tell you all about it on the next video. So thank you guys for joining on this journey and sharing in our highs and lows of this process. I think the video you're going to see next is...
Oh yeah, the video we're going to change. And one day I went down to the community because I try to go down every couple of days. And this day that I went down, I noticed, oh my goodness, they actually, the first video I showed you, everything was in the rough. So they actually had put basically the dirt shared driveway in, so that we actually, instead of getting out of our car at the top of the hill and walking down, we literally could just turn and drive down. And it just felt so good because progress just feels so good. I was just, I was taking videos and everything, and I was, calling, hey, guess what? We got a dirt driveway. It's just dirt, it's dusty.
At least he knows that.
But I was excited.
Yes,
yeah, I was excited.
Progress, because I think that was the first.
The first
thing that they've done.
Activity, And I mean, let's put some perspective on this. So we do the contract, we got everything, and we get down there and we're trying to figure out. They didn't even have a lot sign. We didn't have a lot sign at the top of the hill that showed that those lots were over there. So when we go over now, they got a road. Even though it's dirt, we had a road that they still had to do some work on. And then eventually we saw the lot signs come down. They came out with the sold signs and everything. And now they have even address numbers out there. So it's exciting. But along with all of the excitement
comes a lot of
legal stuff and legal jargon and a lot of watching to make sure that everybody dots the I's and cross the T's, so that you don't find yourself in the long run being responsible for something that you didn't know about, or being shortchanged because the builder either overlooks something or make a mistake that comes back to haunt you in the long run. Because at the end of it, the contract that we signed, as happy as we are, and as fun as this, as excited as we're gonna be moving into the property, when we look at the contract and we read through everything, it's really to the benefit of the builder.
Yeah, it's written that way. It's written to protect them. It's not written to protect us.
Right.
And I guess, we're excited about buying the home, so you sign those contracts. but you know, you just have to know. I don't think there's much you can do about it if you want to buy the property, but at least be aware,
yeah.
of what your responsibilities are,
Yeah.
and you know, if you have questions, give you an opportunity to ask before you actually, you know, get far along in the process.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to share our shared
Yeah.
driveway experience with you guys. Let us know if you like shared driveway or not, or if you had experience with it and how that's working for you. But
Yeah, you can
we'll
drop
hope
a
you
comment in the feed and enjoy the video. And we'll see you guys. Hey, Bam.
Hey, Bill.
We out here
Mm-hmm.
at our home site.
Yep.
How you feeling since they put a road down?
Well,
You ready to get out and walk around?
there's a new block.
There's a block.
So we're gonna go walk.
We're gonna go and explore.
You know, so funny. Every time I come out of shop, they get
Just like.
We need to bring those little booties.
Okay. Next time. See. This road wasn't here last time we was out here. And we were wondering how it was gonna look. You could see that they built it all up. It all was raggedy at first. This is our home site, straight back. Well, what they do, they put an underlayment of the rocks.
Like a black thing?
Yeah. Well, a white stone. Oh, they laid it out, huh? It's going all the way back to the end. I guess that's what they put down as an underlayment. Part of the underlayment. You okay back there? You actually can see the white stakes.
Oh.
The white stakes, what they use to mark. We need to wear boots next time to mark the ground. See, they put these rocks on top of the mesh, and then they use that truck to mash it down. Look at that. Yeah. This is our home site right here. You see, they got the truck out here. It's bad. It's well. And this is running right down to the side of our house. It's not here yet.
Look, they put the white stake where they used the
Yeah. You okay? Look at that. Wow, this is hard right here. And this is where the home site is. Tell me about the lot.
What I think? I think it's not big enough and you need to clear some more trees. We need to clear some more trees behind the house. Well, maybe he's thinking it was going to be finished by.
Basically, this joker going right down. This side over here, where the house is going to be set.
Yep.
All this stuff out here be dry.
That Bill has to cut. I was just telling that we need to clear some of the trees behind the house. And that we can go back there and chill a little bit.
We'll do that sit on the deck. We just sit on the deck.
No, we gotta clear it. We gotta go for a walk. Because the land is ours. We gotta walk it.
Okay. Get a bush hog and run it through there and get you some boots so you can come help. How about that?
Yeah, I'll help. One time. One time help.
One time?
Mm-hmm.
That's all we get?
That's all you getting. Because all this grass right here, you can have at it. Why not? Some of it. I mean, not the trees, like the little scraggly one, yeah. But we can leave the big trees and then just, unless you want it to be completely blocking the neighbor.
You're not going to worry about that in about 5 minutes. You're going to be talking about, we need a shed.
Yeah. Oh, we already started talking about the shed.
Mm-hmm. That's what you're going to be talking about. You're going to be like, get some trees.
So
I want your stuff in the garage, what you going to be thinking.
I'm like, where can we get that shed? We may have to rethink it because we moving in with that shed. I'm not even gonna be a day. Where we moving, the shed is coming.